The fantasy car, robot and pal you've dreamed about since childhood is real, and it's sitting under lockdown in a Japanese warehouse. Deite ride is a working, transforming, robot that can change between a humanoid form and a functional car. Basically, it's the closest thing you'll find to a functional, real-life transformer anywhere this side of Cybertron, unveiled in Japan many weeks ago. The latest prototype you can see here stands almost 4 meters tall in its imposing robotic form, before morphing groundwards into its chunky vehicular configuration. A joint venture between 3 separate robotics and machinery companies, has been in development since 2014, and its makers are now ready to show it off at Japanese exhibition. While this giant robot can indeed transform its shape, let's just say if it were an Autobot, there'd be virtually no chance of saving the day from the evil deceptions. Technology and R&D company Letron has made the Transformers a reality. Inspired from Michael Bay's movie franchise Transformers, Letron has built a full-scale, drivable BMW Transformer. This BMW can be remotely operated and is also capable of doing neck and head movements. And to top it all, has a cool dynamic lighting systems. Interestingly, its movable arms aren't attached to the body, but to its extendable side wings and featured hand with actuated wrists and finger. Admittedly, Letron must have spent a lot of time on the dark side of the moon and working in secrecy before they released footage of a working and polished prototype. The flying motorcycle is no longer an imaginary vehicle, but a reality. The first operational prototype is called Lazareth LMV 496, and this brand new model was designed by a team of French engineers. The French automotive company Lazareth unveiled the LMV 496 to the world at the start of the year through several videos in which it can be seen in action. The futuristic and elegant design of the racing car immediately catches the eye. It is a 4-wheel electric motorcycle. Each of them is, at the same time, an air rotor. Once the bike goes into flight mode, its wheels fold out, and the bike takes off. The wheels rotate until they are placed horizontally, and the motorcycle becomes a quadcopter that can be raised at least a couple of meters, as you can see in the video. The Humrider is an SUV fitted with custom hydraulics elevating it 5 feet in the air, offering enough clearance for it to rise above cars and cut through traffic. With its slick transformation at the push of a button, the Humrider is the Optimus Prime of the automotive world. It's an impressive sight to see a large Jeep SUV carry itself over stationary vehicles like a superhero gadget. The Humrider was realized with Scott Beverly, the man behind the visual effects of sci-fi films including Interstellar, Inception, and The Dark Knight. Most of the SUV system is powered by a gasoline Honda generator mounted underneath, pumping fluid through 300 feet of hydraulic lines. The Humrider's structure was also heavily reinforced, and now weighs in at a substantial 8,500 pounds. Sure, convertible cars are cool and all, but they can't hold a candle to this Lada that can turn into a Gundam-like robot. Not just that, this Russian-made custom vehicle can even fire blanks from both of its robot arms. Due to its one-of-a-kind capabilities, the viral car is drawing comparisons with Transformers, a fictional robot species that can turn into transport. While this unique Lada isn't sentient as a Transformer, its transition into a giant robot is undoubtedly similar. The Russian Transformer is a product of the creative minds of a father-son duo. Gennady Kocherga and his son, Sergei Kocherga, worked on this engineering project for 6 months. They used their old VAZ-2110 Lada car to build this shape-shifting robot. According to the developers of this robot-cum car, the catalyst for this ingenious project was a Transformers toy that Gennady spotted on his Singapore trip. As a matter of fact, the Lada Transformer has been named Optimus Gennadyevich Primov by the Kochergas. While flipping through the pages of social media, we stumbled upon an interesting video of a transformer car in real. This is not a video uploaded by users about their homegrown experiment. This is a video from the São Paulo International Motor Show 2010 held in Latin America. Korean carmaker, Kia Motors put up a fantastic show at the said event with their SUV, Mojave aka Borrego. Now, how fantastic can a SUV with that name be, you may ask? Here is what happened. Well, the transformation is not as astounding as we have seen in a series of movies based on the robo-aliens, but it definitely is a good attempt by the automaker for their marketing strategy. Finding a parking space may soon become much easier thanks to this robot car that was unveiled by a Japanese firm, 4-Link Systems, which can fold itself up and squeeze into small spaces. This new electric car, a shape-shifting Transformers-inspired robot, has 2 large fins at the back with brake lights and a huge opening cockpit for the driver to step into. It looks like any other futuristic electric car and drives like a regular car with steering wheel and pedals. That is until you transform the car into the robot, just like Optimus Prime or Bumblebee from the Transformers franchise, using the company's clever motor system. The next step for 4-Link Systems is to get permission to trial on public roads ahead of actual sales. Their first challenge was to build a car that can beat a Toyota. But since there was no way to compete with the auto giant on performance, cost or brand power, they focused on design and came up with the idea of a robot-like vehicle. For more contents on innovative techs and gadgets, click on the subsequent videos in your screen. And don't forget to subscribe here now. You won't regret you ever did.